Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel Krasnegor from Goodman, Allen, Donnelly's Veterans Benefit Group, and today I'm here to talk to you about dependency and indemnity compensation. I'm going to go over what dependency and indemnity compensation is, who qualifies for it, and what you need to do to try and prove a case for getting this benefit. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about what dependency and indemnity compensation is. Sometimes it's also called service connection for cause of death or widow's compensation. And it differs from what's also called a widow's pension in that dependency and indemnity compensation, first of all, is based upon proving that a veteran passed away as a result of a service-related condition. On the other hand, widow's pension does not require you to prove that a veteran died from a service-related condition. Let me talk to you a little bit about the different kinds of dependency and indemnity compensation. There are two main ways to qualify for this benefit. The first, which I'll call regular DIC, requires that you document that a veteran died from a service-related disability. The second kind of DIC is called Section 1318 DIC, and under that program, it's not necessary to prove that a veteran died from a service-related condition. Instead, a widow or widower can qualify for DIC if the veteran had 100% disability in place for at least 10 years prior to their death. And that 10-year period is shortened to 5 years if it's within 5 years of the date, 5 years after the date a veteran separated from service, or only 1 year if the veteran was a prisoner of war. Next, let me tell you about who is eligible to receive DIC benefits. Being eligible doesn't mean that you're going to be granted the benefits, but being eligible is a minimum requirement to even apply for and hope to get DIC benefits. So the first thing that you need to know is in order to get DIC benefits, that you need to be married to the veteran at the time of their death. Secondly, you have to be married for at least 1 year prior to the date of the veteran's death, unless you had children with the veteran. If you and the veteran had children together, you can have been married for any amount of time, as long as you were married at the time of his or her death. And finally, what do you need to do to try and win your case and have the best chance to win a claim for DIC? This is by no means something that will guarantee that you will win, but this is generally what you need to show in order to try and win your case. For regular DIC, you're going to need to show what conditions either caused or contributed to cause the death of the veteran. Usually this is something you're going to want to have in writing from someone with a medical background. Secondly, you're going to need to show that the conditions that either caused or contributed to cause death were something that the veteran was service-connected for before they died, or is something that they should have been service-connected for. In other words, that condition is related to service. And generally, in order to do that, you're going to have some medical evidence from a doctor saying that whatever that condition is something which is related to service. For Section 1318 type DIC, it's a little bit different what you need to prove. First, you can show that prior to the veteran's death, he or she was receiving a 100% rating for at least 10 years. Or, there are a few exceptions if the veteran was not already receiving the 10 years worth of 100%. The first situation would be to show that there was a decision made prior to when the veteran passed away that was clearly and unmistakably erroneous. And had that claim been granted, that the veteran would have received the 100% for 10 years or more. And the second exception would be that if prior to or after the veteran died, there were service medical records which were received, which had they been considered at the time of a prior decision, would have resulted in the veteran receiving the 100% rating for at least 10 years prior to their death. It's great having the opportunity to speak to you today from the internet, but we're always available if you have additional questions, comments, or questions. Just contact us using the information you can see below.